The internet didn't even need rumors this time. Hold up, because Jim Jones did the damage himself mid-interview, and social media caught every single second of it.
Talking about, I do see that he needs attention. Like, he seems to want the most attention in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If he's not the person that's talked about, then he's talking about everybody else so people can talk about him. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be, from what I can see, is the most famous person in the universe at all time.
I feel like he's always said that.
On the wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be the famous person.
Need to be the
it felt like he wasn't
on the Cardi album.
Yeah.
Right, so that
wowed out on Cardi. You heard? Like,
Cardi, he said, pulled a gun on him.
I'm not in the news today. I'm a today. Like, I'm not.
Okay.
Sometimes you're going too far, though.
Like, yo, bro,
he could have kept that one, though.
Come on, Trilly.
Like, I'm cool with the gangster shit.
Where you going? Therapeutic.
What was supposed to be a routine sit-down quickly turned into a clip-farming nightmare. Jim just kept talking, hopping from point to point, slowly boxing himself into contradictions. The streets were watching it unfold in real time. The confidence he walked in with started slipping as the conversation went on. And once that happens on camera, there's no saving it. At first, it sounded like standard talk, strong opinions, bold claims, that classic Jim Jones energy. But then, things started not adding up. Statements about the past didn't match older interviews. Claims about loyalty clashed with what everyone already knew. Positions he once held suddenly shifted. The interviewer didn't even have to push. Jim kept explaining, adding extra details that only highlighted the gaps more. In street culture, saying too much is worse than saying nothing.
I don't knock nobody.
But
that was
sucking the
wait, pause. Hey, yo, wow,
oh my God.
But man, you heard, like,
he knows that though. That's why he keep going.
Come out with KKK hoodie on, everything. I'm about to go buy one and see how that shit works for me.
It's not. Don't do it.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
So how the fuck you think I'm gonna be up here talking crazy about this man? It don't work. Let him do him. I appreciate the good times we had. You heard? Like,
we had a time.
We had a time. It was a time, nigga. This shit respectful. You're creative, you're genius, you know how to make some money. I can't fuck with this shit.
Social media caught on instantly. Clips were circulating before the interview even wrapped. Side-by-side comparisons popped up. Old quotes versus new ones. Fans weren't guessing or reaching. They were replaying Jim's own words. And that's what made it brutal. This wasn't an expose cooked up by enemies. This was completely self-inflicted. The streets hate inconsistency more than disrespect. Disrespect can be debated. Inconsistency gets laughed at. As Jim kept talking, the energy shifted from confident to defensive. Defensive energy is loud. Even when voices stay calm, viewers can feel it. The pauses got longer. The explanations got messier.
That's why I'm laughing like, yo, bro, you talking about this $2 million. If I was one of these niggas of the media, I would put the whole text on with quietly and show you everything that you lied about. Like, bro, like, don't, let's not do this. We only talk through text, bro. And you didn't even know what a VIG was. It's this certain shit. I'm like, yo, bro, how you make $1 billion, nigga? You don't know what a VIG is. Like, you dig, nigga? How you talking to me and you don't even know what a VIG is? Like, so it just. But we had our own back and forth. Nigga said he went to shoot the film with me. I said, cool.
What?
I said I'm flying out to LA tomorrow. We can shoot the 31. That's terms where I'm from. We fight for 31 seconds. I kick your ass for 31 seconds. I hug you, and then I fly.
Why would
he said, I got it on text. He said, no, I was just vetting. We don't have to do that.
So he texted you and
said, I will fight you. He said, I will fight you. I know it's not the best. I will fight you. I was like, yo.
I have gotten no props for beating up Kanye. You would have beat him up for 31 seconds.
I would have flew to LA. We'd have gotten in the room.
You imagine?
Boxed him up. 31 seconds. Put the clock on.
And that's exactly how you would do it.
31 seconds.
31 seconds.
You heard me want to shoot the fair one? I said, cool. I showed him how.
What made this moment blow up was how avoidable it looked. Listen to this. Nobody forced Jim into that corner. He walked there himself. He could have answered short. He could have redirected. Instead, he kept digging, trying to explain everything at once. That's when the internet smells blood. By the time the interview wrapped, the narrative was already out of his hands. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, they were flooded with reactions, memes, breakdowns, slow-motion replays of every facial expression. The streets weren't debating opinions anymore. They were reacting to what they saw and heard. This wasn't about hate. It was about exposure through overconfidence. In hip-hop, confidence is respected until it turns reckless, and this moment crossed that line fast. As the clip spread, the culture dissected the interview frame by frame, because this wasn't just one slip-up, it was a pattern. Jim Jones didn't contradict himself once, he stacked contradictions. Each new explanation made the previous one weaker. That's when fans stopped arguing and started documenting, and documentation is deadly online. Once receipts hit the chat, narratives collapse. The streets started asking how someone with Jim's experience could misread the moment so badly. He's done countless interviews. He knows how the internet moves, but that familiarity may have been the problem. Comfort breeds carelessness. When people feel too comfortable, they stop guarding their words.
You just lost one. You heard? Because I'm the type of person that I would do everything I need to do for anybody. Mm-hmm. That's just how I am. But when you show me you're not willing to do anything for me, I can't fuck with you, Jack. You heard? And you knew my album was coming out. Nor did you say, oh, congratulations. Nor did you say, oh, let me post your shit up. Nor did you say anything that had to be
do with
my album.
Right.
It was all about you.
Yeah.
Good. Because I'm all about me. You heard? I sent him a picture. It was me and him in a picture. I sent him a picture right before I left. I said, I'm trying to figure out who's the superhero and who's the villain. I'm going to catch you later. You heard? Just like that. I need the PDF.
Well, now I see why. Yeah. So
bro, I've created my own technology with Amazon. You think I don't know how to do a PDF?
Oh,
you heard?
Okay.
Do you see? I know how to engineer my own sessions. Do you see me build computers by myself, right?
That was Quarantine Studios?
Yeah, of course I know how to do a PDF, right. But you're not going to steal the sauce. That's another thing. A lot of these kids, they have it, but they don't have the sauce. You might got the packaging, but you don't got the sauce to sell.
Another big issue was tone. Jim sounded certain, even when the facts didn't line up. That combo never ends well. Certainty without consistency comes off fake, and the streets can smell that immediately. Viewers weren't angry, they were confused. Confusion leads to jokes. Jokes lead to disrespect. And once disrespect takes hold, it's nearly impossible to reverse. Social media thrives on moments like this because they feel organic. No edits, no spin, just someone talking themselves into a corner. Reaction channels broke down timestamps. Comment sections flooded with, wait, didn't he say the opposite before? The narrative snowballed fast. This moment also highlighted the danger of long-form talking without discipline. Podcasts and interviews reward clarity. Rambling creates openings. Jim's answers kept expanding instead of tightening. Every expansion handed critics more material. The streets don't care about intention once the clip exists. They judge what's presented, and what was presented looked shaky. Not because Jim lacked history or accomplishments, but because his story didn't stay straight. This wasn't cancel culture, it was clip culture. The internet didn't need a villain, it needed content. Jim Jones handed it over willingly. And once content goes viral, control is gone. As reactions poured in, the bigger picture became clear. This wasn't just about one interview. It was about how reputation gets tested in the digital age. Hip-hop used to run on word of mouth and selective interviews. Now everything is permanent. Every sentence is searchable. Every contradiction gets archived. Jim Jones has always been outspoken. That's part of his brand. But there's a thin line between outspoken and exposed. That line gets crossed when confidence isn't backed by consistency. The streets respect authenticity, but authenticity has to stay stable. When stories change, trust erodes. What made this sting even more is that it didn't come from rivals. Nobody set Jim up. Nobody baited him aggressively. He walked into a neutral space and still stumbled. That makes it harder to dismiss. You can't blame haters when the footage speaks for itself. The interview became a lesson in self-awareness. Talking too long, explaining too much, trying to control every angle. It usually backfires. The streets prefer simple truths over layered explanations. Fans also noticed Jim didn't immediately clean it up afterward. No quick clarification, no calm reset. Silence followed, and silence after a viral moment lets the internet write the ending. This situation reminded everyone that legacy doesn't protect against momentary slip-ups. One bad interview can outweigh 10 good ones in the algorithm. That's the harsh reality of modern media. The streets didn't erase Jim, but they questioned him, and questioning hits harder than insults. Once questions stick, they follow every future appearance. That's the real damage. By the time a noise settled, the interview had cemented itself as one of those moments people will keep referencing. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was revealing. Jim Jones didn't get exposed by the opposition. He exposed himself by talking freely in a space that rewards precision. This situation showed how unforgiving live and recorded media can be. There's no erase in a viral clip. Explanations after the fact rarely land the same. The first impression sticks. The streets moved on, but the label stayed. That interview, every artist has one. A moment where words move faster than thought. Jim's joined that list now. The biggest takeaway is simple. In hip-hop, silence can be safer than speech. Not every thought needs to be shared. Not every history needs rewriting on camera. This wasn't about ending a career. It was a reminder. The game has changed. The internet doesn't forget. And the streets don't ignore inconsistency.